Hello, Cancer. Cancer's Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm here to do a full moon in Aries reading for you. This is the full moon, a Hunter's Moon, October 9th, and I'm recording them a day before, so hopefully pulling in some of the energy. Welcome back to subscribers. Welcome to anyone new to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I am a reader that's called in and out of this collective work, so I'm not on a set schedule. It's a seasonal thing, transit thing that calls me back to this. So gonna clarify here with the tarot. This is the Enchanted Map Oracle. I already shuffled and meditated before. So Cancer, this full moon will be highlighting your 10th house of public recognition, expansion, your career, how you're seen in the public. And so get to this 10th house also rules like masculine energy, like a father figure could also as well come into play here, but mainly your public recognition, your status, and career. So I'm going to at the end pull a Moonology card to tie everything together. So let's begin, Cancers. We have for your recent past, stuck in the mud with the Eight of Wands. It's like a stop and go energy. Like you may have felt like in the past you were not, you had to slow down. You were making movement, but then it was like, and then it was at a halt, like some things were up in the air. I'm getting with this energy. Something that was communicated, and some of you too may have experienced some type of block as far as inspiration or creativity, but then it was just a pause. Something paused. It was like something caused you to take a pause, and I'm really kind of looking at these Eight of Wands now as a stagnancy, even though it's not reversed, just because it's clarifying this stuck in the mud. It's just something was like, I almost want to feel like it felt or feels out of reach, or had felt out of reach, or out of your control. So you had to kind of like take a minute and slow down. It could have, this slowdown could have happened quickly or unexpectedly. You could have also been traveling and been stuck where you were, but there was some insight gained in the midst of that, in the midst of being paused, or as something has paused that wasn't going forward. It's like something may have been moving, but it's slowed down, and so it's mainly what I'm getting for you. A little stagnant energy, but a reason to pause and maybe look at what's coming in, or even communication could have been stuck somehow. I'm also kind of getting like, or there could be some communication that just came in and had you slow down, and made you slow down with your career. It could be that the season, like, or something you do is seasonal, or some other change happened. Like you were making movement, but like that's how quicksand is. Like you're trudging through, but you're making it's slow. Even though Eight of Wands can be like a quick energy, it's like a quick slowdown. That's what I'm kind of getting. What we have for your current point, it is come together with the Sun. I almost want to say this card's come out for the last 3 signs I did. I started with Aries, so yeah. Yeah, I think all 3 of Aries, Taurus, and Gemini in different spots. Maybe just 2 of them, I'm not sure, but come together with the Sun. Okay, so this is a good energy for you to be with, because you're making some type of connection, and there's this clarity and happiness. So whatever slowed down, or or whatever had you stuck for a reason, there could have been some opportunity in that time frame where you were able to slow down and take a closer look at something, or someone like this communication turned you from like your routine and had you like some communication came in, and it could have been communication for work, and now you're at this point where you're coming together with someone with partnership for a higher purpose, and the sun energy is like you're happy to do so. This is also, okay, your public uh, uh, recognition. So this is a really good card for that public recognition. You have the sun. You have some type of attention or success based on some type of work that you've done, and there's a coming together with this. It could be with a partner. Some of you could have a partner that you work with, or a group of people, but it looks to be like whatever happened here was for a reason, and maybe changed course, helped you to change course, or timing was like very important with something that you're doing for work, whether like when you would present it or when you would release it to get some attention, or public recognition. There may be some things you needed to wrap up, but I also feel like for some of you, it's something that you had been working on for some time, and it was a slow thing, and then all of a sudden in the recent past it just took off, or it took off, and now you're basking in the success of it all and coming together with others. So that's a good place for this house. For your challenge or resistance, we have deep freeze with the Empress. So for some of you, this is, maybe fear of it halting again. Some of you could be in a career that's very sporadic as far as like how the work comes in, or how you get paid. The Empress, as a challenge, it could be a feminine energy. It could represent a person. I just got something kind of deep about it with this challenge. Maybe it's like some of you with a mother figure. Maybe you, and this is only for people who like they've already maybe passed on. Maybe like you wish that they could see, or wish that they could see your success or what you've been doing, but just know that on the other side, in another way, they do know. And that's very, very for a small percentage, but I heard it, so I had to say it. Being patient too with because deep freeze is like a hibernation period where there's rest, so you could be wanting to move forward even more and like ride the momentum of whatever's going on right now. But you might feel intimidated by like, can you top what you just did, or can you do something better, or can you keep it going? With this Empress energy is like your creativity, what you create, what you already have. It's a fertile energy too. So I feel like I'm gonna come back to that, because a lot of this is like they're so cohesive with the placements. So I may come back to that. But for some of you, there's a challenge here with a resistance. Now, even though this is your 10th house, and it's public recognition, but it's also like father figure energy, and you have the sun here, which is like the masculine. And I'm already kind of looking here. I'll get to here. Something's with this masculine and feminine energy, and with this Empress energy, and with the sun, it can indicate something as far as like a child. Then I'm getting something with freezing eggs, or something like that, with a challenge or a resistance, or holding off on motherhood. It also could be just waiting for the abundance, waiting for the success. Like there could be something here where the payout for what you've experienced in some type of career or public space is going to take some time to accumulate. So that could be a challenge, like getting your payment for the work you've done could be, but you know that once it gets there, it's going to be abundant with the Empress energy. but it's just like giving it that time to thaw and release. Okay, so what your unexpected help is, and like near future event, is coming to life with the Six of Swords. Now, coming to life, it is like giving birth to something, and but it's also breaking a mold that kept you stuck, freeing yourself, freeing your creativity, and moving forward from struggles in the past. With the Six of Swords, it's a kind of a breather, a way to find yourself in a space where you just feel less restricted, free. Um, some of you could be literally making a move where you feel free. Like maybe some of you were stuck in the mud. You were stagnant in a certain environment, and you realized that you had to move from that location or that space. And it even could be trading mediums like online, if not your physical location. And then what you found when you move was like kinship and like-mindedness, and that's where now you find your happiness and your success. So it looks like there's more of that to come, and there's more getting, like, crossing over, like in your mind, just releasing a lot of the baggage that was maybe holding you back in a different space or a different place. So a rebirth here is happening for some of you in your career, or even in your like public persona, like how people see you. There's kind of like something, if you were going through some type of rough patch, if you are a public figure and you were going through something a little, I wouldn't say rough, it's more, maybe more so frustrating. There's this release and freedom from that that's coming in for you moving forward. Okay. And some of you, what this success is going to be bringing in is opportunity to travel, opportunity to explore, and really let your hair down and be yourself. So what we have for your advice, it is flying with the moon. So sun and the moon right underneath each other is like where you are and what your advice is. With the moon, it's saying, you know, be a little mysterious. Be a little, don't follow the patterns that everyone else follows. You need to regard yourself as a unicorn, because that's what, in some way and on some degree, whatever you are doing in your life and your career, I don't care what it is, you are a unicorn in the sense that you need to rise above the patterns that other people do, but also stand out. And you maintaining some type of privacy and mystery could have you standing out wherever you are. You know, you could be a person who really, like, fame is kind of like a byproduct of what you already love to do, but it's not like you want to live like your life and everybody knows, you know what I mean? And then the moon is your energy Cancer, so it's like, you know, trust your intuition as far as where it is that you need to go, or what direction you're being led. Just rise above the patterns, what you realize are just, you know, dead ends, or just patterns that you're like, free yourself, and free in some ways, free your emotions, but in a subtle way, or just a way that makes you feel comfortable. Like, don't, you know, you don't have to share your entire life, or, you know, even your total process on how you get to, you know, do the work that you do. You know, so also too, a challenge and resistance with this deep freeze could be the sense of like people wanting to know what it is, or what your process is. But it could be just something here where you kind of keep it under wraps, like what your process is, or it's something that you have to kind of go away and do, like behind the scenes, or like just do a lot of footwork or things behind the scenes before you can display it to the world. There's something here is like maintain the mystery. You know, you don't have to, you know, spell out your process and how you do what you do, but it's just kind of showing it. It's like you can, there's something here where you will be inspiring others just by them seeing you use your talents and use your abilities here. So, but the advice is, yes, there's some attention here that you're getting. There's some public recognition and success. Um, so, yeah, your advice is just, maintain some mystery and also trust your intuition as far as guiding you in your next direction, because there is some type of movement that is going to be coming in for you. So what we have for where things are headed, it is intention and Seven of Cups. And this is really kind of clear to me. It's like, with your options, definitely have an intention with your choices, not trying things just to try them, because not everything you try is going to bring you what you want to hatch here. But it's like set your next intention and dream and make a wish. That's something here is like what you wish and what you desire. Envision it, but also, explore your options. And now also for some of you, yeah, that's what I'm getting. And this is really a kind of a specific thing, but again, is with the like parenting thing that had came up. Some of you, it's like some type of fertility issue, or other type of or if it's not the woman, then it's the man in some way. I don't know, which you are, but there's a sense of like exploring your options for your intention. If you are wanting to become a parent, if that's something that is like your purpose and what you feel like, you want to be known for, as like, a mother or father. So it's like, set your intentions. And I feel like you'll have some options, an increase of options and offers. And that came out really quick coming in. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. So new moon in Gemini, communication is key. Okay, yeah, I would say be open in some ways, getting past any obstacles, places that kept you stuck. And again, with communication, there could have been communication stuck, and I'm also getting the sense that maybe someone was, communication is key. I feel like you're getting some clarity here, and who you're coming together with, like you may have found a good matchup here, or like where you were stuck. I'm almost getting a sense too, like some of you Cancers, like where people were not looking at what you were doing in the past and you were stuck, and now there's this opening up here, and so communication will be key in your career, in your public, and speaking openly about your fears with anyone and what you desire, what your intentions are. Be clear about those, and also too, when options come up, there needs to be like a list of questions that you ask, like, and also too is like with the moon, it's like probing a little bit, rise above anything in the past where you were stuck in communication and didn't ask the questions that you needed to ask, or didn't, request the things that you need for you to achieve success. It's like maybe now from your last experience, there's something that you can bring to where there is better communication. Maybe people just were you were around before, they just weren't getting you. And that happens a lot. Like, you can be gifted in something, but there's just people around you that just don't see your vision. Well, it's not for them, it's for you. And there's all, with the billions of people on the planet, never let anyone who can't see your vision discourage you from what you're meant to do. It's because it's not them. It's just not for them. They don't see it, but they're not, no other human being is the say-so of what you do with your life. And, there's something in an avenue and an opening for everyone. So I feel like for some of you, there's this time with this full moon that is bringing to the forefront, like the work that you've been doing, and also the possibilities. I feel like your possibilities will be expanding. If the challenge is waiting for the payout, I just feel like it will be worth it, because there will be some increase, and there will be something that you will be doing intently, like you're like you're not making your money just to make your money. There's something here is like with an intention behind it, and your communication is key with this. So that's the reading I have for you, Cancers. My other videos are loading and one of them started playing, so I'm hoping that it's not distracting too much. But that is your reading for the full moon in Aries on October 9th. I hope it was helpful. Take care.